rationale today from a couple of former provincial ministers that the only way cities can deal with their infrastructure problems and the road work is by what? Taxing us more, and that the municipalities should not be afraid. Right?
Yeah.
I think they use the word begging.
Go for it.
Begging us to pay them more taxes so they can do the work.
Well, Monique Jérôme-Forget, the former Liberal president of the Treasury Board under Jean Charest, said that municipalities are right now acting like they're governments or administrations of beggars because they're always begging for more money from the provincial government. So what they're saying, along with Nicolas Marceau, the former PQ finance minister under Pauline Marois, what both of them are saying in their report is they're telling cities, and that's a report that was ordered by the Union des Municipalités du Québec, so the association that represents large cities across the province. And what they're telling them is don't be afraid to tax more, to come and take more money out of your pockets of your own citizens. That's their own solution. Hey, you know what? That's genius. We never thought about that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
I'm
Let's
sure if you
do
ask
that.
citizens, would they have a problem with that? They say, of course not. Here, take more money and fix the roads.
Please, because you know people are swimming in money at the moment, right? So nobody has any issues making ends meet, paying their rent, paying their groceries. So why not take more money out of my pocket so I can't pay more my rent and my groceries anymore? By
the way, let me just say, tongue firmly planted in cheek, in case people think you're serious.
Oh, I am very sarcastic. I'm being very sarcastic.
Okay.
Don't worry about this. I'm certainly not the guy who will support any more taxes as long as we don't have cities that ensure that every dollar that they spend is spent efficiently and justified. Every single taxpayer dollar, to me right now, is not justified. They need to clean up the mess internally, their bureaucracy, reduce the size of their administrations before they come and get more money out of our pockets.
So if you look at this, this is not just Montreal, this is cities actually across the province, as you said. I remember during the mayoral campaign, Soraya Martinez-Ferrada had said they're going to cut 1,000 jobs or whatever and go ahead.
That's not enough.
Do it in stages. But the
problem
becomes unions, right? You can't just go ahead and eliminate these jobs.
Absolutely. And that's something, you know what, Bernard Drinville, during the leadership race at the CQ, said we should tackle this. We should change the laws in order to make sure that we can get rid of superficial public servants more easily, because at the moment, the problem we have is because they're unionized, you can change them like positions, but you can't just
get rid of them.
You can't fire them totally. So you still have to keep them on the payroll. So in the end, whether you put them in that or that position, you still have to pay for their salary. So in the end, it's an expenditure for the city. So we have to tackle this if we want to significantly reduce the number of public servants in our municipal apparatus and also improve efficiency of cities faster. Soraya Martinez-Ferrada, just last week, she was at the Montreal Chamber of Commerce, and she said, "Oh, you know what? It's going to take longer than we had originally planned to ensure a better efficiency at city level. It's going to take the whole term to maybe deliver some results about it." To me, that should be the priority. That's a pressing issue because we don't have more money, and we can't tax people more than they are currently taxed.
But beyond the municipal level, you look at Quebec. Look at the public servant issue with respect to the CAQ and how many people they have added, and they said they were going to cut.
And they totally lost control of it. It's a failure from François Legault, who promised in 2018 to improve the efficiency of the state. I think it's one of his biggest failures, actually. It's something we don't talk enough in the media because it's very technical, and it's far from the priorities, the daily priorities of ordinary citizens. But still, it's your money being misspent in the end by people who are not accountable. And we need to clean up that mess, because in the end, if we don't do that, then what's the other solution? Come and take more money out of your pocket, impose new taxes, and people can't pay more at the moment. We're already the province where taxes are the highest in North America, the state where taxes are highest, among the states that have the highest taxes in North America, if not in the Western world. And I believe it's something we can't push any further. Yes, okay, paying taxes, but we have to make sure that the goods and services that are delivered in exchange are the right ones. We're paying taxes at the moment for services that are failing at their promise. Healthcare, education, name it. So more efficiency, better services, less taxes.
So, the one issue, and I'm going to move on, is if you go ahead, let's say you're Charles Maillard and you address that situation, right? We're too heavy in public servants. We are going to do something about it. What do? You run the risk of losing that vote, the union vote, because that's the last thing they want to hear. So maybe that's the reason no one comes out and actually does anything about it. They talk a good game, but nothing ever changes.
But if I were Charles Milliard, I would say, you know what, I have nothing to lose, because anyway, unions are gonna support either the PQ or Québec Solidaire. So what do you have to lose? You don't have the unions vote. You don't have the union support already. So what do you have to lose in the end?
Fair enough. Let me move from that story on to this one. We and I just chatting about this. I had no idea. So we're finding out, of course, different parties nominating now candidates. Charles Milliard during the week, Michel Leblanc, Pierre Cossette, a whole bunch of candidates announced.
Star candidates.
Yeah, good candidates.
Michel Leblanc, that's a great pick for
good
the Liberals.
Economy get, yeah. Now you have the PQ nominating Bernard Sévigny, who I did not know, who is the husband of the mayor of Sherbrooke. And you told me he used to be the mayor of Sherbrooke. Now his wife is the mayor of Sherbrooke.
It's a family thing.
And now they've nominated him as the PQ candidate to run in another riding in Richmond. So why is this an issue?
Okay, so Bernard Sévigny was the king of Sherbrooke for 16 years, from 2001 to 2017.
What's the king of Sherbrooke?
So he was
ran the city like
he was dominating Sherbrooke politics and the whole region. He's a very well-known politician in the region over there. So that's why I'm saying, le roi de Sherbrooke. So he was winning elections after elections with huge majorities over there. So his machine, so he has a very strong organization on the ground, lots of support from the business community, and he certainly used that to help his wife in the last municipal election get elected as the new mayor of Sherbrooke.
Why isn't he still the mayor?
Oh, well, after 16 years, I guess you
16, 20, what's the difference? I mean, so he said, I don't want to do it, so you're my wife,
you're not supposed to be king for life.
I see. Well, kings are for life.
Sometimes they do abdicate.
True.
Sometimes, rarely. But anyway, he abdicated. I believe, I don't recall in 2017, did he lose the election in 2017 or did he not run? I would have to go and check. But anyway, in the last municipal election last year, 2025, Marie-Claude Bibeau. So by the way, funny thing, he's running for the PQ. She's a former federal Liberal Minister of Agriculture under Justin Trudeau.
And they're married to each other.
So, and now she's the mayor of Sherbrooke. He's the former mayor of Sherbrooke, and he's running for the PQ. So he's a sovereignist, she's a federalist. Must be interesting.
But he used to be with the CAQ, you said.
Oh, he used to be with the CAQ, indeed. So he was special advisor to André Laforêt when she was municipal affairs minister in Quebec City. And now he's running for the PQ. So some controversies. And then today, the main question is, isn't he in a conflict of interest? Because if he becomes the MNA for Richmond, so Richmond, with the new electoral map, Richmond will cover part of the city of Sherbrooke. So can he represent the city of Sherbrooke, knowing that his wife is the mayor of Sherbrooke? If ever he's appointed as minister, can he become, let's say, Minister of Municipal Affairs, knowing that his wife is the mayor of Sherbrooke?
So he'll have to sleep on the couch. But I mean,
PSPP asked the ethics commissioner today for a formal advice regarding...
Well, why would they appoint him first and then ask for the advice?
Good question. I think they didn't see the issue at first.
Okay.
What they saw was that on paper, we have a great candidate, someone who has a strong organization on the ground, and this could bring some heat in the battle for Sherbrooke, because right now the Liberals are almost convinced that they will be winning the whole region of the Eastern Townships. But with Bernard Sévigny, now the contest in the riding of Richmond is quite interesting to follow.
Yeah, unless his wife says, don't do this. And
well, he's running, for sure. Well, I guess he had the discussion prior to announcing officially that he was running for the PQ.
Should have had the discussion with the PQ first, too. Raph, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming in.
iHeartRadio is throwing it back.
2010s, the decade.
To the days of huge hits and unforgettable anthems. A non-stop stream of the biggest and best.
Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy, Gaga, The Weeknd,
and more. All your decade-defining favorites, all in one place.
Hi, it's Katy Perry.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
This is Kesha.
Find 2010's The Decade on the free iHeartRadio app. Preset the station so it's always one tap away.